Boys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys all about the movement in the Psycho Frontier and how to use it to your advantage in different gunfights. Before we get into it, make sure you're subbed to the channel and you follow me on Twitch, so I stream live there almost every day. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So right here, I just dropped into a game just on Bright Sands with some white armor and a hammer, and I want to talk about the weight. The weight of what you have in your bag is going to be extremely important to you because, again, the weight increment in this game goes by about 50 pounds. So the lightest you can be is when you're under 200 pounds. Then it goes in 50-pound increments, so 250, 300, 350, 400. So the higher you go, the slower you'll be, and that's going to affect how you play. And also, the bigger bags you use, the slower you'll be. So again, when I'm going into a raid with, say, some really good weapons, I like to use a PvP bag, as they say, which is just a white bag, because that's the lightest you're going to be. You're going to have the most movement to your capability. You're going to have the most speed, and in turn, this lets you do different things. So basically, since I'm under 200 pounds, I'm going to be running at maximum speed, and I'm using a pistol, which lets me run at maximum speed, and it lets me do certain things. We'll go over some PvP clips later to show you what I do with my movement, but again, in this game, there's not too much movement, but there's sliding, and sliding is super important in this game because you can slide jump, kind of do some bunny hops along the way. But basically, all I do in my gunfights is basically what I call slide jumping. I don't know if it's called that, but basically, you go from slide to slide to slide to slide, and that basically pings you from one direction to the other, and it lets the enemy not really have good shots on you, and that's easily done just by sliding, turning your camera, doing the same thing the other way, turning, doing the same thing the other way. But basically, this movement's also very important when I'm checking corners or checking any places that players could be. An example right here, if I'm coming up this staircase, right? And imagine this is a closed window, right? Imagine this is closed and there's someone right there. If I'm going to peek this corner, if I'm going to peek this doorway, I'm not just going to run out, right? I'm not going to do that because they can see my head level. They know where to shoot. I can do one of two things. I can either go here and slide and shoot, or I can do something which I usually do, slide, jump, and shoot, which is going to take my head level completely out of the way. They're not going to know what to shoot. I'm going to be at a much faster pace. They're going to have a much harder time to hit me. So basically, when I'm coming around corners, I slide, jump, check corners, run, slide, jump, check corners, slide, jump, check corners. That just lets my head level not be at the base level, and it's going to give me a jump since I'm going in at super fast speed into these corners. That sliding is going to be some of the most crucial things you can do, because with sliding, you can dodge Strider attacks, you can dodge Marauder attacks, you can dodge Rattler attacks, you can dodge so many things. The sliding just kind of gets you out of the way quickly. You can dodge lightning with this. If you're in Jeff Spit, you can jump out of Jeff Spit really quickly and easily. But sliding and slide jumping is a huge part to why I win so many of my gunfights, because I get my head out of that level, because headshots do a lot of damage. So I want to keep my head at somewhere where they can't reach it. I want to have the jump on my enemy. There's a lot of different things you can do kind of give you the most advantage in these gunfights. And also, one thing that you should know is that accuracy when you jump is pretty darn accurate. I'm looking at this Rattler, right? If I go and I jump and I flick at him, I'll hit him, right? Because the bullet is going to go straight. So I'll jump, I'll flick, I'll hit him. So like right here, I could just do this. I could dodge this way, go for a shot at him, dodge this way, go for a shot on him, and you're going to hit him. Again, it's going to be hard to hit because obviously you're in the air. These shots are possible. The accuracy when you're jumping is super accurate. Even if you're in a gunfight, again, when a guy's coming around a corner, you jump hop, shoot him, or you just peek it slowly. And jump hopping, basically jump sliding, is going to be huge, and I'll show you in the upcoming gunfights. So now, since we got the basics, basically remember slide jumping, making sure you're under 200 pounds, those are going to be huge points in these gunfights. And again, this is going to be a gunfight against a very good team. This was a Flicked and Bravo's team. They were versing us, and again, just look at how I use my movement, look at how I play, look at how when I shoot someone, when I jump, when I don't jump. Again, this is all stuff to kind of work off and practice off. But basically, right here, I don't do a flick jump, or I don't do anything crazy, but basically, one thing that I did do in this gunfight is I didn't just stand there and just shoot someone, right? I did something different, and I'll show you here shortly. So basically, the team is coming down, right? They're coming down from up top. They're now lower. They're going to be in this area right here. And we have to play this slowly because I know one guy crossed over, right? And now I'm hearing someone on my left behind this wall. And there's two things I can do. I can do one thing. I could slide jump here, right? I could slide jump, but then I'm out in the open for a good amount of time. I don't have much cover, and that's not too smart because if his teammate's right next to him or he's close by, I'm more than likely dead, and I can't get to cover back here. So one thing that I do here is I slow peek it, and I try to find out where they are. They actually did the exact same thing. So as you see here, I rush up, I see the guy in front of me, and right here, what I do kill the guy. So what I do right here is I jump to try to make his aim not hit my head, basically, because these guys are going to have amazing shots, and basically I have to get him off my head. So as you see here, he's already scoped in on me. He's completely scoped in. He's zoned in on me, and I see him, so I gotta fry him. And what I did, I just tried to make him not shoot my head. That was the goal here. So again, I aim in on him. He has some good shots on me. I try to jump. So again, you see his aim is to my left. I got him shooting left, and now I'm up in the air. So he's going to have to readjust again. And again, that was the time that I got my shots off. That's how I equaled the gunfight, because he's still shooting my left, and I got more shots on him. Because again, I moved the angle, I switched it up, and he's still shooting at me, and I got him. But that's just because I was jumping, and by the time he readjusted his angle, he was already dead. So that was a really, really good gunfight to learn from. And again, if I was on the receiving end of that, I don't know what I would have done. Also, this is a great example because this guy up top, if I had jump peeked out, like I said before, I'd probably be dead because this guy would have a line of sight on me, and it would not have been good for me. So again, I played that fairly well. And then once I killed him, I saw the guy up top, and I dipped back into cover. And I knew these boxes were here, so I got back, played time, and I just played safe, made sure to heal, made sure my teammates were okay, made sure we did everything well. Then right here, I saw the other guy. I tried to get some good shots on him. See the guy jumping off. I just try to get some type of damage, and he does die there at the end because my teammate shot him very, very much. And then for the last guy right here, there is no real crazy movement here that I do. This is just a simple kill. It's really nothing crazy at all. That first kill was what we really wanted to learn from, but here me and Frantic were just moving up on an enemy. Frantic was already low, I believe, so he kills Frantic. It's all right. I shoot the guy a little bit. He does some movement. He goes for a no scope, and I just decide to jump down, try to switch my angle a little bit because I didn't want him to hit a headshot. And I think if I don't do that jump beforehand and he headshots me, I'm 100% because my health right here was not full HP. If he headshots me here, I'm 100% dead. But he happened to hit a body shot, and I had to jump to switch my angle so he would avoid my head as much as possible because I knew he picked up my friend's Arbiter. And that's just a really good gunfight to learn from against some very good players. Now, this right here is going to be a great example. This is a fight that I had in the Forge. I was forging. Someone ran up on me, but it was a really good gunfight because I did a lot of movement here that you guys are going to want to see. So basically, we all know the Forge is very dark, so I always like to have my flashlight on, just try to see the enemy before he sees me. Didn't work out that way though. This guy sees me, starts to shoot me here. You'll see in a couple seconds, starts to shoot me right there. He does miss because I think there was a speck of black behind me, so he shot that instead, but that's fine. That's good for me. I used what I have for cover. I can't really see him though. That's the issue in this situation. I can't really see him. He gets some pretty good damage on me that he can push off of from. So I knew that I had to take cover, just take what I could, heal, get an angle. So I could actually see him if he pushes me. So if I do see him right there, I can just tuck behind this cover right here, play that safely. So after I take a stim, I try to push out, get some shots on him, but it's very hard to see through the Forge. And what I do here is very, very important. So as you see here, the guy is currently right here, right? We know where he is, but then I tuck back for cover, right? I tuck back for cover, and I don't see where he goes. I go behind this cover. Now I can't see him at all. And now what I need to do is figure out where this guy is. So I do something called a slide jump. Basically, I just slide and I jump, try to get some information because I thought it was over here, but he moved right to left, and he's right here underneath my face cam. We'll see him in a quick second, but basically, as I see him coming towards me here, I got to do something to kind of get him at an off angle, because if I just stay where I am, he now knows where I am. So I put myself in a very disadvantaged position. So I see where he is. I get behind this wall. I back up, and I decide to jump him, right? He's shooting where I was or where I would have been right here, but I decide to slide jump outwards so he doesn't see me coming, and I attack from a different angle, and I kill him. And that was a huge gunfight win because we'll go over it very quickly again. But as you see here, I literally see him coming. I do a slide jump to get information on where he is. I do a slide jump very quickly, get information. I see him. I back up, do a quick slide jump, and there he is, and he's dead. So again, these slide jumps have saved my life in multiple different encounters. They have saved my ass so many times. If you just look once more, again, I heal. I slide jump to get information. I back up, I slide jump again to get him at an off angle, and it just helps me. I see him in the corner for a split second, and then I kill him. So that was a really good gunfight to learn from, because again, I was in a pretty bad position, but we played that pretty well to win the gunfight. And again, that's all the movement that there really is. It's the slide jump that helps you, and just jumping in general. It's just to get them off of your head level and get them to not be aiming at you, because again, this guy was shooting where I would be, but we got him at an off angle and shot him when he wasn't looking. And now this final clip is going to be me doing a 1v3 against a full blue hammer team. I 1v3 him. I have a brute with purple armor, and there's 3 of them with hammers and blue armor. And just look at how my movement goes in this gunfight. So they're pushing me from the gate. They're pushing me from Korolev HQ, and I'm all alone. You have to remember that. So I have to play space. I have to try to separate them, create that separation, kill them one by one by one, because if 2 or 3 of them rush me at the same time, I'll probably trade with someone, but I'm more than likely dead. So right here, the gunfight starts off extremely normally. One of them is going to jump up right here in the top. See, he jumps up top, and I try to get some shots on. I miss a huge majority of my shots, just hit a couple. They now know where I am. I tried to get some more shots, get some opening shots, make him push back out of the doorway, which was really, really important. And now I'm like, okay, they're trying to push up, take my space out. So I'm like, okay, let me get an off angle. So I climb up, get on top of this hill, and just try to play at a different angle that they can't see me. And sadly, they still knew where I was. So again, I tried to stay up here and try to make them push. They throw some nades. They were not great nades, but here we created the separation that we actually needed. We see we have one guy up here running that way. He's not going to be able to shoot at me. The third guy is nowhere to be found, and this middle guy is just all out in the open, ready for the taken. So I decided to take my action, take my chance. So I shoot at this guy and I rinse him. Luckily, I get the kill on him. Now it's a 1v2. We lowered it by 1. And that was really important here. And now this is when you're going to see the movement, right? Right there, I slide jump off the top just to try to get some information. That was really information shots, trying to get some damage on him. Sad that we didn't get him. We still don't know where the third guy is. Keep that in mind. We don't know where the third guy is. And now we found out. We got headshot and our health is down to the wire, man. We got hit pretty hard. We're at a quarter health. We see the guy pushing us from right here. We have some information because we saw the other guy jump right here. So we know he's in this vicinity. Basically here, this is the movement I do to try to just survive. Here, I'm just doing movement to survive. So basically, I slide jump around the tire, use this as cover, make him think that I'm pushing out left, and then I slide jump back in, try to get a jump on him, and luckily I do. I slide jump again, just try to get some movement, get him out of the area. And all I'm doing in this gunfight is really, I'm just trying to move around. I try to kill this guy, trying to finish him off, but I can't. Then I slide jump towards the middle, because his teammate would have just shot me. And right now, look at his teammate. He's looking right, and I'm looking straight at him. So again, I'm going to have at least like a quarter of a second to a half a second of damage worth that I can put on him. So again, he gets one shot on me, misses my head luckily, and I get the kill on him. And now it's a 1v1 situation. I hear the guy far, far right over here. He's all the way to my right-hand side over here. So I know I have to try to get a stim off. I have to try to do something here because I'm very, very weak. I could die to one hammer shot. So I play the tire, get one stim off. I go for another stim, keep playing the tire. I hear him pushing me, keep playing the stim, keep playing the stim. I see him push out left. I go towards the tire, try to get some space. And then as I go in, he thinks I'm going in. I slide hop out of there and I hit him in his back and I get complete free shots on him. We'll go over that last part once again, but basically I play the in and out. I go in, I take cover on the tire. I see him, I go in, I jump out and I rinse him. That's literally all I did. And again, that's all I'm doing is slide jumping and just hitting my shots. That's how I win a ton of my gunfights. And slide jumping is literally so easy to do. And it's going to win you so many gunfights. It literally will save your life. Again, this is a super simple, quick movement / PvP guide. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.